Hello friends, this is Shailendra Patel and I am going to get you through the Linux operating system, the basics to the advanced level. Now, let us start. First, before starting, I would like to tell you that this is my first tutorial and please pardon me for any mistakes. So let's start. Now, since this is the basics and the first chapter, so we will talk about the fundamentals or we will go only through the theory, no commands or anything. In this first tutorial, we will talk about Unix, Linux, GNU, and few Linux distros. Now, first, what is Unix? As we all know that Unix is an extremely successful OS originally developed in 1969 at Bell Labs. So it's been 41 years and it is one of the most successful and famous OS in the computer history. It was developed in AT&T in New Jersey. Its creator includes Ken Thompson, Dennis Ritchie, Brian Kenigan, that are most still today they are most famous and prominent personalities in computer history. Ken Thompson, who discovered the B programming language, Dennis Ritchie, who developed the C programming language. Unix gurus, they idolize them, and Unix is still a very modern portable multitasking OS. In late 1970s and early 1980s, Unix had tremendous prominence in academic circles, so it was highly respected in universities by computer scientists of that day. It became basis for many new operating systems such as the HP UX, Solaris, IBM AIX, and Apple OS. They were result of these efforts. Also, Apple OS is one of the most famous Unix distribution uh, still today, and Solaris is another free Unix based OS. Also, you must be heard about FreeBSD, OpenBSD. These are also very famous Unix distribution available for free. Now, why Unix was successful? Because at that time Unix has had a very beautiful architecture, multi-user, it was secured and scalable operating system. This Unix is highly secured, has a highly secured network feature that makes Unix de facto standard in IT sector. So basically, all the IT companies use this operating system to secure their networks and deploy all mission critical operations. It basically Unix was available for a wide range of computer architecture from mainframe computers to mini computers to microcomputers. So it could run on any type of architecture, no foundations. Also, the system was written in high level language, making it easier to read, understand, change, and therefore move to other machines. The code could be changed, compiled on new machine. Customer could choose from a variety of hardware available in the market without being locked in a particular vendor. So it was uh, it was great for that time for computer enthusiasts. Now, what's GNU? Some people call it GNU. It is a Unix-like computer operating system developed by the GNU project. It is composed of free softwares and is based on GNU Hurt kernel. It is completely Unix compatible software system, and its full form, or basically the recursive acronym for GNU, is GNU not Unix, or GNU not Unix. It is chosen because GNU design is like Unix, but it differs from Unix by being loaded by free softwares and containing no Unix based code. It was GNU basically was conceived and initiated by Richard Stallman. Uh, you must be heard about him. He was of MIT. He worked at MIT in the artificial intelligence department. In 1983, his original focus was the Free Software Foundation, which was based on the free distribution of the softwares. Uh, Still, no stable release of GNU exists as of May 2013. No non-GNU kernels, most famously the Linux kernel, can also be used with GNU. According to Stallman, free software is a matter of users' freedom to run, copy, distribute, study, change, and improve the software. More precisely, it refers to four kinds of freedom for the use of software. The four freedoms are given here. The first one is to, sorry, the first one is to run program for any purpose. The second one is to study how the program works and adapt it to your needs. The third one is to redistribute the copies that you have changed to help your neighbor or someone else. The freedom to improve the program and release your improvements to public so the whole community benefits. As we know that Linux is based on this. So basically you can change or deploy any kind of thing in Linux and redistribute the copies without being no one will kill you for that, basically. Now what's GNU Linux? The Linux kernel is again Unix like operating system kernel used by Linux based operating system. It is most prominent example of free and open source software. The Linux was came after GNU, but today it's more successful than GNU. It was initially conceived and created in 1991 by a Finnish computer science student, Linus Torvalds. The GNU project was struggling to develop a free Unix open source Unix kernel, and was this was exactly what Linus Torvalds and his team were doing. So basically, they were a perfect match, but the teams did not merge into one and still worked on different projects. As the Linux kernel was conceived in 1991, it rapidly accumulated a large number of users and developers who adopted the code, and they adapted code from other free softwares for using them with their new OS, that is Linux OS. And the Linux kernel has received contribution from 1,000 of programmers from the world. Now GNU project, if one person wanted to have a complete OS, he needed both parts, the Linux kernel and the GNU application. This is because Linux was a kernel, not an OS, so it was futile. So Linux kernel could only be control a hardware. So we needed a OS to do anything for the program running on top of the OS. So basically, along with Linux, so Linux kernel, we also wanted an application to run on top of it so that it could communicate with the user. So now if one person wanted to have a complete OS, they needed both parts, the Linux kernel and GNU application. This was origin of a very fruitful relationship between GNU and Linux. So basically, you could more research more on Linux kernel, Linux operating system on Wikipedia or any other website. You could get a lot of information from that, or you can download the that tutorial file from the website Linux Launch. I will provide the link to you in the description. Okay, now let us talk about some popular Linux distributions. The first one is Slackware. It was one of the famous Linux distribution and the oldest one in the still today, which intends to keep its design simple and often to the detriment of its usability. First released in it was released in 1993. The second one is Debian, a free Linux distribution that emphasizes the principle of free software and collaborative development through the Debian Constitution and social contract. Debian was developed by Ian Murdoch in 1993. He named the operating system Debian because his girlfriend name was Deborah. So he combined her name and his name to make the name Debian. Deb for Deborah and Ian for his name Ian Murdoch. Another one is SUSE Linux. It is based on Slackware and was created by four German students in 1994. It is very popular in Europe, especially in academic circles. The fourth one is Red Hat. You must be aware of that. This is one of the first and most popular commercial version of Linux, launched in 1994. It now has both a free distribution and a commercial distribution. The free one is Fedora, which is also equally famous, and the commercial one is Red Hat Enterprise Linux, available only through a subscription. Now if you buy a subscription of Red Hat, you will get free free full support from the company. uh, Next is Mandriva. This is a French distribution derived from Red Hat and was known as Mandrake Linux. It is very popular in France and focuses on ease of use. Now another famous one is CentOS, and CentOS is also based on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. As the source code of that OS is entirely available for free, it can be packaged to create another distribution, and that's what CentOS does after stripping it of Red Hat branding logos. It even its version schema exactly follows that of Red Hat. Ubuntu. Now you must be heard of that Ubuntu distribution. It was based on Debian. It was launched in 2004 and is maintained by Canonical, which is a UK-based company. Although Ubuntu is based on Debian, it is completely different from it. So basically, it was a very its schema is very different. It is another you can call it another OS. Now, it Ubuntu also had derivatives like Ubuntu that use KDE instead of GNOME. We will talk about it later. Then the other one is Kubuntu that was developed by Google employees for internal use in the company. And the third one is Edubuntu that is used for educational purpose. Thank you very much for watching. I will add more tutorials, and please don't forget to add comments so that I can improve, and I will make more tutorials when I get time. So stick with us. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.